Hey everybody, it's me, Rumi, the comic book poser, and I'm here today to welcome you to Enter the Poseverse. You're goddamn right, this is what I sound like now. And to find out what I think you should check out with me on this week's new comic book day, someday in May, like the 5th, I don't know, Happy Cinco de Mayo. You'll have to find out after this.
Hey, little girl, did you want to know a secret?
I got 5 on it. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep. I have a lisp, I have a whistle, I have spit that comes from weird crevices in my mouth. It's my new normal until August, when I get my final form of my $1 million smile implanted in my mouth. But I'm doing well. Everybody who checked in with me during my 2 weeks of me just posting old Kane stuff, I appreciate it. I'm getting ready to get back in the swing of things, and I really didn't want to make this video because I was afraid of how self-conscious I look. With my new teeth. I just feel like I'm all teeth. Weird. But you don't want to listen to me. So I've got a couple of things to do. The first is we gotta do that April Patreon giveaway. This month it is the 616 Comics' Raza variant for Berserker #1. This is the Virgin, and it's one of 500 copies. We'll talk about what books I'm reading and think you should check out too, and then I have some big news to drop at the end. Because I got something that made me feel kind of like a big deal, so we'll see if I'm right. So here we go. I've got all of my patrons on this giveaway wheel. The varying levels of which people donate get them, 1, 2, or Michael W., who is in the Screaming from the Void tier, which still blows my mind, has 7 entries. Alright, since this is our second month of giveaways, we'll shuffle it 2 times. And let's see how we do. Good luck, y'all. This is your medieval times soundtrack. So see, we're starting to slow down. Let's pass 2, Michael. Slotted up 503, won the first one. Ooh. Is he gonna go 2 for 2? Is this shit rigged? Oh, it's gonna sneak past him. Alright. Is Jiho gonna get it? Or is it gonna be some of that rigged burrito magic? Alright, congratulations, Jiho. I hope you enjoyed this book. I will get it shipped out to you when I ship out a couple of other things in the middle of the week. But good stuff. Alright, so let's talk about what books I'm reading this week and I think you should check out with me. So I'm about 60% caught up with all of the different things that I'm reading. There are a couple of places where I'm way behind, and I'll talk about those as we get there. But first up this week from Marvel is America Chavez Made in the USA #3. I really, really like book #1 of this. Book 2 is about 10 books down in my to-read pile, so I'm definitely going to try and check out this one this week, because I think this is a series that not a lot of people are screaming from the rooftops about, and I think it's pretty dope, and you should read it unless #2 is bad, and I will correct that later. Next up from Aftershock, I'm very excited for this. I think it's been like a year and a half gap since Baby Teeth 16 and 17 has come out, so there are 4 issues left. I am not current on Baby Teeth, that I think I'm only at issue around 11, but it's something that I really enjoy, and it's Donny Cates. We're getting crazy stage for battle set. I'm trying not to read any of this to see if it's going to spoil any of the issues that are left, but I'm excited to pick up the remaining 4 issues of Baby Teeth. Batman 108 from DC is coming out. Batman 107 was okay. The Miss Mary, Miss Miracle, Miss whoever, Miss Molly, good golly, I don't know. Is an interesting kind of hook. The Thelma and Louise team up of Batman and Ghostmaker is still kind of weird to me. But the gang is the Unsanity Collective, and transhumanism is something that is interesting to me as kind of a dramatic, villain or foil. So I'm ready to kind of check this out. Next up, from Mad Cave Studios, is Beckstar #1. Surprisingly, I have not logged into the portal to read this yet. That it just kind of kept getting pushed back, but everything that has come out from Mad Cave Studios of recent has been gold. I'm still going to spike the football on how right I was about how good Nottingham is. That, it's now on a 3rd or 4th printing of #1. Issue #2 sold way out. So I think the bar may be high for Beckstar. I'm going to judge it on its own like I do everything else. But I'm excited to check out this series. Next up from Image is Bliss #7. I'm caught up. I almost thought about dropping this series when it went on its break at issue #4, and I'm glad that I didn't. The tale of father and son trying to figure out the fighting back against the drug itself. All of these things in here are very, very intriguing. It's a very beautiful and compelling story, even if the father and son look like Lin-Manuel Miranda in different phases of his life. Commanders in Crisis #8, I'm probably dropping this from the pool, just because I haven't had the will to read it, that I haven't read any of the new issues that have come out, so the most recent, 3 or 4. Dead Dog's Bite #3 from Dark Horse is up next. I'm very excited to check this one out. Again, this is the next to last issue. Joe tries to find answers at her library, and you should stop by yours today. But it's been an intriguing ride. I wouldn't check this out again if it wasn't for my buddy Cole from Comic Burrito. But this has been an intriguing story that if you can't find the first 2 to pick up with this one, this is definitely worthy of picking up in trade. The same thing is true with Deep Beyond from Image Comics #4 comes out this week. I really have kind of liked looking at the world that this, group of people has kind of broken into away from the safety of the colony, the plight that the scientist is dealing with, the, twin sister identity of the split identity, or the twin sister or the evil other, who is kind of leading this rogue team. Just a lot of interesting things are happening in this one. Next up from Image is Die 16. Hell yes, I love this. I think I've read that this is the last arc of Die, so we'll see if our adventure party finally gets out of the game, or if they're going to be trapped forever. Fear Case, that's also... Sorry, my mouth gets weirdly dry at times now. That's also in my to-read pile. Firepower, it's picked back up. My level of interest is raising again with this one, similar to where it was after the Prelude trade. So we'll see how I feel after this one. Next up is The Good Asian #1. I did not know that this was a follow-up to Infidel. I have not read that, so if people who get Image previews will let me know if I need to go back and read Infidel on Hoopla or something like that, let me know. But I'm excited to check this out, right, that we're dealing with, self-loathing Chinese American. In some of the art that I've seen, it's got kind of that classic whodunit, like noir-style film feel to it, so I'm excited to check this one out. Green Lantern #2 from DC is up next. I actually am intrigued by what happened, especially with the Teen Lantern in issue #1. While I am just dumb to a lot of things from the Green Lantern universe, I know my buddy Todd will help explain things to me if I don't understand what's going on. I'm behind on X-Men again. Pile of X has returned, but we've got Hellions 11 coming out this week. Hollow Heart #3, I've fallen in love with this series that, for as sad as it is, for as hellacious as life is for El, looking at the relationship between man and machine, both from a emotional, one, a romantic one, the ability to look at or fight cruelty, is just it's super intriguing. Man Bat 4 comes out, it's dope. I still don't know why I pulled it, but I still love it. Marauders, behind. From AWA, we've got Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal #1. I'm intrigued for this one. I've been a fan of literally everything that has come out from AWA, So we'll see what happens. And is this the one that's written by Garth Ennis? Yeah, so you get some Garth Ennis and Mike Diodato did the variant cover. But you get Garth Ennis writing a time traveling book. Hell yes, I will read anything Garth Ennis. He's a fucking wild. Wrote my favorite arcs of the Punisher. Next up from Images Noctera number 3. I'm way into this story. I think the world that's been built in the first 2 issues has been kind of interesting. We got to see kind of the threat of the darkness in a human, or in the form of some kind of human carbon-based entity, something. In issue 2, and how the traveling party dealt with that. I'm intrigued for what happens in this one. Swamp Thing number 3. I really enjoyed this arc as it has come out as well. If I would have been caught up, issue number 2 probably would have been in my top 5 of the week it came out, but that was one of the weeks where I had to pick books up on Saturday and just couldn't read enough to make good rankings. Next from Marvel is Thor and Loki Double Trouble number 3. I'm behind on this one. Next up from Boom Studios is Wind number 6. We'll see how I feel about this one. I didn't like Wind all that much, and I thought it ended and forgot to take it off of my pull list. Again, I think everybody who's like, this is a good story, right, are people who have been reading it in issue clusters. This originally was written to be a graphic novel and then was put out in single issue form over time, and I just think the story is a little too clunky at times for me to be super into it. So, maybe I'll sit down and read 1 through 5 before I read this one and see if it changes my mind. But that's where I'm at on this one. And then last is X-Men Curse of the Man-Thing number 1. I really like the first Curse of the Man-Thing book. I don't know how many tie-ins have been since that book to the X-Men tie-in, but I definitely want to check this one out. I'm a big fan of what was set up in that first book, so I want to see how it ties into my team. Lastly, we'll check out our Scout books that come out this week. Again, I know that I got 2 of these in the Scout books. Recount number 4, which I'm hella excited to read, that I'll probably read this evening and try and put something up on the blog. That I think what Hedrick has done and the artistic team has done in this book is just something that is unspeakably brilliant in terms of telling a creepy story. Children of the Grave, I am now 2 issues behind with this one that came out, but the variant cover that I got is dope. And Broken Souls and Ballad number 1 is something that was not in the April Scout box, so it will be out for me physically at the end of this month. But I'll definitely give the preview a read once I get caught up on everything else. What do you think? Is there anything that's missing from my list you think I should pick up this week? Let me know, either in the live chat over here or in the comments down below if you're watching this on the rewind. But before we say goodbye, I said I had some big news. I have finally entered the club of people who are cool enough to have a discount code. So, if you are interested in picking up anything from Mad Cave Studios, you're probably not surprised that came out of my mouth. Mad Cave has given me a discount code, so if you pick up anything from their store and enter the code POSER10, and I'll put that in words and be like, POSER10 on the screen, you get 10% off of your order, and there are so many things that you should check out. Right, the trades of Villainous Dryfoot Stargazer have just come out. You can get, 3rd, 4th printings of Nottingham. You can pick up Beckstar if you didn't order it in time for your LCS to pick it up this week. Battle Cats is getting ready to start its 3rd arc, so you can pick up the first 2 trades for $18 now with a 10% discount off of that. So there are so many dope things that you can get, and all you have to do is use that magical code POSER10. So I'm excited. I feel validated that I'm cool enough to have a discount code like some of my other friends do for other publishers. So thank you, Mad Cave, for letting me do this. And if y'all can open your hearts and open your wallets and spend some money at Mad Cave Studios so they can validate the decision that they made or the decision they made and make me feel good that you are engaging in cold-blooded capitalism with a sweet, sweet independent publisher from Florida. Then we would love for you to do that. So that's all I got. I've got random other unboxings throughout the week. You'll only hear this list one more time in a video that's dropping on Thursday. On Friday, it's my turn for a collector's swap number 5 video to drop, where you'll find out who sent me a box of goodies, and my kids have their own video this time that the person who has me was kind enough to send something their way as well, so cuteness overload from that one. But all kinds of pop stuff this week. Sunday, I'm going to take a crack at being back again on the auction for a little bit on Sunday night to see, you know, if I'm feeling okay with talking about, like you've seen throughout this, and I know I'll have edited some of it out, but some of it will be hard, where you can just hear spit forming, or you can see how I'm like, because the mouth's going dry, and my tongue feels weird because of where the bottom of my tongue makes contact with the fake gums. It's way more than you probably care to know. So as always, y'all, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.
Thank you for being a friend.
And from my heart, I want to give you a big Bronx yeah. Yo, big things soon to come. Keep doing your thing. Come.
And I want to thank you. Thank you, silence.
Hey, little girl, did you want to know a secret?
I got 5 on it. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.